G'day, Dimitri speaking from Exercises.com.au. Today we're doing quads exercises. So we're going to start with some squats, we're going to move on to some dumbbell lunges, we're going to do some leg press, finish off with some leg extensions. So let's start with the squats. So from here, I'm just going to duck under, make sure I'm nice and even with my grip, straight in the centre of the bar, take the weight, stepping forward. I want feet shoulder width apart, slightly bent through those knees to start with. From here, we want to really make sure those glutes travel backwards and we come down to about 90 degrees, keep the head up, and then pushing, squeezing forward, and really making sure that at the top of the movement that we're not locking out those knees, keep them slightly bent, keep that head up straight, don't look down, don't look up with the head. That way we're staying nice and straight with our body posture. We're not going to compromise our spinal position. So all the way down, around about 90 degrees, squeeze it up at the top, making sure that there's no bend at the top of the knees are not locked out, they're still slightly bent, sorry. So we want to go nice and deep, keep the pressure on those quads, all the way down, squeeze it at the top, locking those glutes, locking those quads. At the end, racking it up, get ready for our next one, and move on to our lunges. All right, we're ready for our dumbbell lunges. So with our dumbbells here, I'm going to start nice and straight. I'm going to pick a line here. I like having a line that I can travel forwards and backwards to, and that way I can make sure I'm going back to my starting position. So I'm going to take a step forward from here. You want to go straight down, straight back up, and transition back to that starting point. Alternate it, straight down, straight back up again. So I want to be nice and straight with my body structure and posture. I don't want to be compromising my structure by leaning forwards at the hips. I want to be nice and upright, retracting the press through those shoulders. So I'm coming straight down, straight back up, transitioning back to the start point. So just taking a nice wide step out, and then straight down, straight back up. We don't want those knees traveling forwards too much. And ideally, again, we want to make sure that we're going down and up. So if you're taking a small step, you're going to really struggle to not have that knee, or rather to have that knee stay inside of those toes. So make sure you take a nice step out wide, going straight down, straight back up, and then pushing back to the start point. Straight down, straight back up, back to that start point. That way we're really isolating those quads, isolating those glute muscles. Let's get on to the next one. All right, let's get on to the next one, which is our leg press. So it's got to be a favourite for those glutes and quads. Stepping into position here, making sure the feet are nice and high. We don't want too low. If your feet are too low, your knees are going to travel in front of your toes. We don't want to do that. So we want to have our feet nice and high. We're just going to push up, take the pressure, let those legs come all the way down as far as you can, and then pushing up. So if you can, really relax, make sure your whole body's relaxed up against that chair, that support, let those knees come right down deep and drive through the heels. Ideally, if you can, really make sure that the toes are not, that your heels are not coming up off the plate, that your heels are staying on the plate, and we're driving that weight through those heels. So at the top of the movement, again, with our normal squats, we don't want to lock out those knees, we want to keep them slightly bent, engage those quad muscles, keep those quad muscles engaged, getting work, and if you can, keep the knees slightly turned in as well. So we don't want to spray the feet out like that, we don't want to be working inside outside, we want to really make sure that those patellas are kept in place. We're really isolating these VMO muscles by keeping those knees slightly turned in, nice and deep, pushing through those heels, really engaging those quads and those glute muscles. Let's get on to our next one. We're going to finish off with the leg extensions. Okay, let's finish off with our leg extensions. So we're in here ready to go. I'm going to grab a hold of the slide here. I'm going to make sure that my body weight's really nice and supported up against the machine here. What I want to do is at the top of the movement, I want to extend my legs out straight. I want to hold that for 1 second, resist it as it comes down. So all the way down, and then at the top of the movement, lock it out, hold it there for 1 second before we resist as it goes back down to the starting position. So all the way down, try not to let the weights touch again. I want to come all the way up, hold it just for a second, and then back down again. So if you can't hold it for that second, it's probably a little bit too heavy. Want to back the weight up, make sure that you're holding that isometric squeeze and hold at the top of the movement. Really resist as it comes back down to our starting position, and then lay and go again. So all the way up, hold, back down. Always try as well to keep those toes slightly turned in. That way we're really isolating those VMO muscles, squeezing out those quads back down to our starting position. So that's our quads exercises for today. We started off with our squats, we went to the dumbbell lunges, then we went to our leg press, and we finished off on the leg extension. Search for Exercises.com.au for more great exercise and workouts. and we'll see you next time.